Good morning, everyone. Free to play gaming here again. I got quite a few things I want to go over in this video. This is I just want to do some user responses, kind of catch up on the game. A lot of people have been asking about the changes that are coming to Giants Keep. I want to go over that real quick, or at least what the speculation is. Nothing has been officially announced, but pretty close to officially. Um, I also want to go over the Crystal Golem. Is he worth it? A user wants to know. A lot of people are asking how I'm recording this on my computer, so I'm going to go over that real quick. I'm going to save that for the end, though, I think. And then some people were asking, how do I get so much gold and red gems, which are the crystals? So I'm going to go over my routine real quick. I already made a video on how to maximize your crystals, so I'm not going to go over the individual pieces that give you crystals, but when I log into this game, I'll just kind of show you what I'm currently farming, and it seems to work pretty good for me, so I'll go over my routine with that. And then there's another, it's not a trick, but there's a way that you can level up a single monster if you're farming Filemon Volcano or any other level a lot faster than the rest of your monsters. So you don't have to use 4 monsters, you could just use 2 monsters. So we'll go over that as well. So starting at the top of the list, somebody wanted to know, did I purchase the Crystal Titan? Actually, it is. And he is over here. And no, I have not. So let's talk about this real quick. You get 1 crystal every 8 hours. So there's 8 hours plus 8 hours is 16 plus 8 hours is 24 hours. So you get 3 crystals every 24 hours. Max storage of 3. So to take full advantage of this, you have to log in every single day. So as long as you're logging in once a day and clicking on your Crystal Titan once every 24 hours, you're going to maximize the use of this Crystal Titan. So it costs 300 crystals to purchase it. You're getting 3 a day, so it takes 100 days for you to break even if you purchase this Crystal Titan. So, as a new player, when you first get 300 crystals, you know, it makes sense to save them up for a premium pack because you want to start building a team that will carry you far into the game. So, getting those Mystic Scrolls is pretty important. But I wish I would have purchased this guy a couple months ago because now I would be reaping some rewards. If it was 100 days ago, now I would be getting extra crystals. But you lose all these crystals, so do you take the hit early or do you just wait and not purchase him and then end up in the situation I'm in, which isn't bad, you know. So, not sure how to address this. If you plan on playing the game for a long time and you really love the game, Crystal Titan's a good choice. So just to show my dedication to this game and that I'm going to be sticking around for a long time, at least another 100 days, it's going to be way longer than that, I hope, as long as Com2 US doesn't really tick me off. I'm going to buy this guy right now. I have 350 crystals. So I will be around, guys. This is a little bit of proof here. Let's just put him right here. Now, what you can see, my island is totally unorganized compared to some people. They like to have nice patterns of trees and they like to really build their island up, make it really pretty. I haven't really done that. I haven't found time to do anything like that. But what I did do is I keep my summoning circle next to my power up circle because they go together. Once you fill up your monsters, you want to use them to level up your fodder monster. So I always have them together. This fusion building, I could probably move that because I don't use it too often. So let's go ahead and move that off of the main island because that's the island I usually focus on. So every time I log in, I can see exactly what's going on in my main island. So every hour I'm checking the magic shop, so I want that on my main island so I can constantly see when I need to refresh this. Here's the 3 buildings that you get just by playing the game that give you mana stones. So you want to have those nearby so you can always be clicking on those so they don't max out, so you're always getting the most amount of mana stones you can. Here's the forest, which helps you level up monsters. You got to make sure, I have to change this out. And check this frequently, especially, You don't want to have max level monsters in here or you're not taking advantage of your forest. So check this frequently and make sure that at least you have some monsters here that are going to be leveling up. No, that's a bad choice. I'll put her in here and I'll put this guy. So make sure you're checking this, and I want this nearby because whenever one of these monsters levels up, you have to click on them to get that level, and then as soon as you get that level, they start getting experience again. So I always keep that nearby so I can keep an eye on that. The crystal mines, same as the mana stones, you want to have that nearby so you're collecting the crystals from that. You know, this is just the arena piece, so I don't access arena using this, so I could move this off to a separate island that I don't need to watch all the time. So we'll do that. And then the luck wish, you want to make sure you know if you have a free luck wish for the day or not. So that's just basically the way I organize my island there. So starting off this video, let's kick off the 2 luck wishes. We get 2 right now, and normally it's only 1 free luck wish, but they have an event going on where we can go over the events real quick, but I'm kind of late to the game on that. But they're giving you 2 free luck wishes, and of course they don't give me anything good. And the premise of this event is Com2 US will make a donation once they hit a certain amount of total luck wishes within the game. So if you make luck wishes, they're going to make a donation to Ebola. Look at how junky that is. 10,000. 2 5,000s. That's the worst, in my opinion. That's the worst you can get. But yay, I fought Ebola because they're going to make a donation to help fight Ebola. So that's that. Let's go over the Giants Keep changes, because a lot of people have been asking, where did you get your information for that? And honestly, it was from users who had already found this information and posted it to me, so I decided to look it up and see exactly what they're talking about for the upcoming Giants Keep changes. So this is a website with a forum for Summoner's War, App Invasion. They have a lot of other video games on this website too. Again, I'm not trying to steal any information. And the user who posted this, this comes from a Korean developer's blog. So over in Korea, they're the ones who are developing this game and coming out with updates for us. So here's the Korean developer's blog. If you know Korean, then go straight to the blog and maybe you can tell us some secrets from something like this. But doesn't make any sense to me. So he did the work of translating what this post is kind of about. And let's read through it real quick. So Com2 US feels the current dungeons difficulty forces people into a gimmicky group setup. Example, Hua with no crit, or the 3-star Water Imp team that I did a video on. They want to make progression more smooth and based on the monster's progression. So it's monsters, blah blah blah, he says. Runes being a big part of your progression and endgame. They're reducing the difficulty of Dragon and Giants dungeons. And I got a feeling they're probably going to reduce the difficulty of maybe the Elemental dungeons to some extent as well. We'll see what they do there. Reducing drop rate of unknown scrolls and increasing rune drop rate. This is huge. It is just so frustrating to get those unknown scrolls when you're farming like high level Giants Keep and they give you unknown scrolls. It's like, that is absolutely useless to me. I just did a very difficult dungeon and you're just giving me unknown scrolls for doing so. One sec, my Mobazine disconnected here. So this is great. Ability to set target order in boss rooms such as left tower first and right tower last. So you can already do that, but it's just not advantageous. Here, I gotta get this. Every time you open up Mobazine, it defaults to a small screen. So I'm just fixing this right now. So it's not advantageous to target any of the towers because they have so much hit points. There's really no team where you want to focus on the towers for some of those levels. You build your team around being able to not let those towers hurt you enough. So that's a good thing. There's going to be multiple ways to beat these dungeons in the future. And I think it's going to take quite a while for them to get these changes that they're talking about right here out to us, especially if they're just now talking about it on the Korean servers. So, as far as building a team just to beat Giants Keep or a team just to beat Dragons Keep, I don't know what to tell you guys. Right now, maybe it's still a good idea to do that, and then you'll be able to get those good runes, you'll be able to farm those dungeons and get the crystals for beating them for the first time. But um, the changes are on the way, so it probably makes more sense just to focus on a good team. If you have some 4-star monsters, focus on them instead of focusing on those water imps that are, only useful for specific situations. Now, if you have a wind ninja who can be a who can do a really good job, other than he's a replacement for like the water imp, and he's a good team member for a lot of other things. Go something like that. So they're saying crits will no longer cause the giant to counterattack. So the giant was really gimmicky. That every time he got a crit, he was going to counterattack, and it was a huge attack. So it's pretty much changing the entire way that giant that dungeon runs. Giant will counterattack on every 7 hits, and the damage of the counterattack is reduced, so you'll be able to heal through the damage. So they're making healers more viable. Changing some of the tower stats, so it might be better to kill the tower instead of burning the boss. And when this update comes out, the Korean developer is saying that the rune inventory is going to be increased to 150. So that's great. I'm always running out of rune slots. I wish they would increase the amount of monsters you could get, because that's my biggest problem, is I like to have too many monsters, and I'm sure a lot of other people have that issue too. 100 is not really that many. So that's the basic list. I think that's all I'm going to get into here. He also talks about some specifics on why they decided to make these changes. And my personal opinion is, I don't know, I kind of like gimmicky teams. To me, I'd like to have a lot of different monsters, and I like to have teams that are good for certain things and teams that are, I don't want to just have one individual team. I kind of like building a lot of different monsters into specific teams and saying, oh, this is my tank team, this is my hit point team. So I don't know if this is the right choice for Com2 US, but it makes sense in a lot of regards too, because building a specific team just for one dungeon, that's pretty boring for some people, and it was boring to me. It took me a long time to get my team good enough to beat Giants Keep B10, and in the meantime, I wasn't having any fun beating any other dungeons, and so it is what it is. Hopefully it's a good change. It sounds like it's going to be okay. So I wanted to go over Mobazine. Well, okay, let's go over my routine. When I log into this game, first thing I do is I always click on all the stuff that I already explained, you need to monitor throughout the day. I'll come over, I'll always check the magic shop every hour. I try to do that because you never know if you're going to get a really good rune or if you're going to get a mystic scroll that you can purchase with mana stones. So I'm checking through here. I'm not seeing anything good. I just glance over the 3 and 4 stars. So nothing good this hour. How do I get so many mana stones? Well, I farm a lot of Faimon Volcano. So this is a mobile game and I get internet to my phone. So throughout the day I'll just continuously farm the Faimon Volcano. Which leads me to showing you guys exactly what I meant by if you farm with 2 monsters, you're going to get more experience for those monsters. So let's just farm this with these 4 monsters. This is currently how I usually farm. I have my 6-star Shimeti, which isn't max level yet, so it's good that I can use her. And then my Wind Dragon Knight, he has a lot of defense, so I'm actually getting full experience with 4 monsters with this team. So let's go through this real quick and just count the amount of experience we get, and then we'll do it with 2 monsters and do a little comparison. So while this is going on, I'll just tell you about what you need to do to get Mobazine working so you can play this on your computer with a mouse, just like I am. A lot of people want to do that. So it's pretty simple. You go to Google Play Store, search for Mobazine, M-O-B-I-Z-E-N, install it on your phone. It's going to come with some instructions saying You need to also install the application on your computer, so go to Google and search for Mobazine and go to their homepage and download the application. Install that application, so now you have it installed on your phone or tablet and your PC. You're going to need a USB cable, so plug the USB cable, open up Mobazine on your computer, plug in the USB cable into your computer and then into your phone or tablet. Mobazine is going to, you need to set up an account also. So you can set up an account, one for your phone, one for your tablet, if you have two devices you want to play Mobazine for, and I've done that. So you need to set up an account and password. It's really quick. You don't have to fill in a lot of information. When you first sign into your account, um, it's going to ask you if you need to have certain USB drivers. So if you don't have the right drivers to connect your PC to your phone or tablet already, Mobazine is going to install a universal driver for you. So hit OK, let the universal driver install, and then your phone should be connected directly to your PC, and you put in your account information. The first time you put in that account information, it knows which device it wants to connect to. So then you hit connect, and as long as the drivers are installed properly, something like this window right here, this should pop up right on your PC. So, and then it's just as simple as you have to keep your PC, your phone or tablet open, and you can play directly on your phone or tablet. Oops, my bad. So I just clicked on my tablet right there. So you can play either on that or you can control it through your PC. So that's just how I've been playing on this. So, okay, so back to Five-Mon Volcano, 756 experience. So, off to the side here, I'm doing a little calculation. So that's a total of 3,024 experience, shared between 4 monsters. So if we replay this, and let's just do 2 monsters, but a lot of people are saying, oh, they only take 1 high-level monster, and then they'll take 1 fodder monster. So that's possible too, but we're not going to do that. If you can beat it with 2 fairly high-level monsters, that's a better solution. If you just take 1 high-level monster and 1 fodder monster, that fodder monster is the only one who's getting experience. So let's beat this real quick and I'll talk about it. But only 1 out of 2 monsters is getting experience, so you're only capitalizing on 50% of the available experience for this level. So that doesn't really make a ton of sense unless you really have 1 monster that you want to get the most experience and get him leveled up as fast as possible. So if you want to do that, take 1 high level monster, and if he's max level, you'll only be getting half the experience. Normally, what I do when I'm farming Five-Mon Volcano is I'll take 1 max level monster who can pretty much solo this, and then I'll take 3 fodder monsters. So then I'm getting 75% of the total experience shared between my fodder monsters. But if you only take 2 monsters, you're only getting 50%, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Maybe I'll explain it a little better in the description for this video. So we should see here, once we beat this, my guess is that each of those 2 monsters are going to be getting 1,500 and I'm drawing a blank here, 12 experience. As long as I beat this, geez, come on, Shimati. So wind monsters are, of course, weak against fire, but if you have 2 high level ones, my Dragon Knight didn't even have any runes on him, so he wasn't even as good as he could have been. So you have 1,512 experience. So however many monsters you have, they're going to share that total experience pool of 3,024. So if you only take 2 monsters, you can get 1 monster leveled up a lot faster. So it's an option for you guys. If you have 2 monsters that can both get experience from it, like I have right here, and you want to get them as high level as possible, as quick as possible, what I just did here is very viable. So I just want you guys to know that option is out there, and that's how the experience works for these levels. Another user posted Let's maximize this again. Another user posted another good farming location that I've been taking advantage of lately. There, that's pretty good. And that was the Aedan Forest. So that was actually working out pretty good for me. This is one of the new levels up here. And I was farming this in hell mode, hard mode, uh, B1. And this gives pretty good experience. You're using 4 energy instead, and you don't have to do it in hard mode. You could do it in normal mode too. But what's really nice about this is these monsters are a lot stronger than Phaimon Volcano, but they're water monsters. So they're weak against wind. So I've been building a wind team quite a bit. I've been leveling up wind monsters, so it was nice to be able to farm this with some of my monsters. So this is a good alternative, and I got 2 Wind Grim Reapers from farming this. In Phaimon Volcano, you can get the ever important Fire Inuyasha, and you can also get a Fire Salamander. So you can get 3 stars in both of them. I don't think there's an advantage by doing that. I don't really think there's much of an advantage. It's kind of preference. It was kind of nice to switch over to Aedan Forest for me because I've been doing so much farming in Phaimon Volcano. But my routine basically is farm either Phaimon Volcano B1 or farm Aedan Forest B1 in normal mode or hard mode. I always do Phaimon Volcano in normal mode. It goes a lot quicker and you're only using 3 energy. So sometimes when you do Phaimon Volcano, you'll get 3 to 5 energy back. So you're not the amount of energy you spend each time you do it is gives you the best value. So I'll just sit here and I'll do other things as I go through the day, and I'll have my mobile phone on me and I'll just keep farming Phaimon Volcano. And honestly, I think by farming that, you've seen I got a crystal when I was just killing the normal monsters. You get quite a few crystals just from doing that farming over and over and over again. It takes forever, especially if you have I have 72 energy because I'm level 40. So getting your level up higher to give you a higher energy pool helps a lot. But it would take a long time for me to just continuously farm Phaimon Volcano to use up this energy. So you need to have a lot of time where you can just do other things throughout the day and have your mobile phone with you or your tablet and just farm Phaimon Volcano. So I think I get a lot of crystals that way. And I'm not going to go over all the ways to do the crystals, but so I'll do that, and then with my arena energy, I'm always doing the battles every day. That's part of my routine. I always fight the rivals as soon as they're available. They have set cooldown timers, so as soon as they're available, fight them, and their cooldown timers will reset from the time you beat them. So you'll get a lot more crystals that way. Glory points are very important, of course. I've gone over this in other videos, and I can't emphasize enough the importance of this building right here, Mysterious Plant. Let's take a look at it just real quick if somebody missed my other videos. It gives you energy production speed, which is your energy up here, of plus a certain percentage. So mine's max level, it gives me plus 30% energy increases. So every hour, if you're getting, what is it, 1 energy every 10 minutes, I'm getting 1 energy every like 7 minutes or 6 point something minutes. So, every 7 minutes. So, this may not seem like a lot, but this helps a ton, especially if you can use up your energy throughout the day. If I have a ton of energy and I know that I'm going to be busy at work with a meeting or something like that, I will just do Carlos Dungeon. And you always need stuff from the Hall of Magic. Also, the Hall of Magic can give you 2-star max level Angelmon, which you can easily evolve to 3-star Angelmon, and then feed those to other fodder monsters. So if I need to spend energy quickly, I will farm Hall of Magic B6. And with any fairly high level team, you should be able to auto this pretty easily. You might need 1 6-star, a full team of decent 5 stars. You should be able to take out B6. And if you can't take out B6, what I used to do is do B4, because you're only using 5 energy for B4. And I think this is just about as good as far as getting mid essences and high essences as B6 is. And actually, if you're good enough to farm B7, go for B7. But I can't really auto this consistently right now and not pay attention. So when I'm just trying to use up energy, I auto farm B6 and Hall of Magic. Another part of my routine is, of course, doing the dailies every day. So when I log in during a weekday, I'll do like Hall of Water, B4. I'll just do it real quick. Sometimes I'll do like B6, and then I'll come up here. You have to beat the giant once a day. If I think I'm gonna be have enough time to farm, I'll do Giants Keep B10 with my special imp team. If I don't think today is gonna be a day that I have time to farm Giants Keep, I'll just do B2 because it only takes 5 energy. And the runes aren't that good, but it gets me that daily quest done. So doing B2 is super easy. You don't have to do Dragon's Lair, so I really don't do that very often. I don't have a good team for it right now. So that's basically my routine, and then I'll of course do the other dailies and collect the rewards as I need them. So if I just started the day and I have 9, like right now I have 9 out of 10 arena points, arena invitation, so I'm not going to collect this right now. I'm not going to collect this right now because I don't need them right now. Your you always want to have less than your maximum so that the refill system is always working in your favor. So I'll just make sure that I do all the daily dungeons here, and this is going to help everybody who's less than level 40 get experience, and the more mana stones you get, the better. So any little advantage you can take. So doing dailies is like just a little slight advantage over not doing them as far as mana stones go. So always do those. Plus, every day that you do the dailies, you're getting 10 crystals just from the daily rewards. So I'll do that every day. Um, that's about it for my routine. So I talked about the Faimon volcano. Let's just look at the events real quick. Whoa, this has already gotten to be a long video. But I know some of my subscribers are going to watch the entire thing. I love you guys so much. You guys are so awesome. This community is getting great. Channel 5001, I haven't had time to log in there very often, but when I do log in there, there's people helping out other people, and I can't remember all of them, so I'm gonna miss some names. But Tiger's been very helpful in there. Uh, who else? Uh, I think it was Excalibur. And I'm sure there's lots of other people. So I'm gonna try to monitor the channel more and just say thank you to all the. I'm gonna even call you like Vice Guild members for just helping out because you have such great advice in that channel. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about too. But first, let's talk about Happy Thanksgiving. This is the event that just came out yesterday. It's going to be a very simple event, kind of like the energy relay they just had. But just so you guys are aware that this is here, try the Thanksgiving pie and get rewards. Once a day, have some Thanksgiving pie. So within 6 days, if you log in and eat your Thanksgiving pie, you'll get these rewards. So that's pretty cool. You're going to get 130 crystals, you're going to get a mystic scroll, you're going to get a lot of mana stones. I think this was energy here. Yep, so you get some extra energy. So that's real simple, nothing special you have to do there. Share hearts with your friends, so don't forget to give your friends those heart points so they can do their heart summons. So it should be pretty easy for you to do 100, and then this looks like a mystic scroll to me, so we'll get a free mystic scroll once you use 100 hearts. So that's going to take a maximum at least 2 days. If you do 50, if you have 50 friends and you do 50 a day, it's going to take at least 2 days for you to get this. So probably 3 days for most people. Free entrance to the Trial of Ascension. This is something I'm kind of excited about, but sadly it's only going on for 2 1-hour periods. So when this kicks off on November 29th, I'm going to try to be here to just blow through a whole bunch of Trial of Ascension without using energy. So I'll be doing some videos on that during this day. So just be aware of this, and I'm going to try to do a video because there's a way that you can set your phone setup to be with the in-game time. So this is Pacific Central Time, I believe, PST, and I play in EST, Eastern Central Time, or Eastern time zone. So there's a way that you can get these the same so that you know exactly when the events in the game are going on. So I'm going to do a video on that too later. But I wanted to talk about the chat system. I just logged into the game on my tablet, so I'm not even in channel 5001. But this chat system is just pretty poor. If you chat too much, I've noticed sometimes you get kicked out of the game, which is just ridiculous in my opinion. So, and the chatting doesn't tell you when people enter the channel. It has very little features. You can't tell how many people are in channel 5001. So it's a pretty poor system, but there's a lot of people who are still talking in it, and I really appreciate that. I'm disappointed in Comp2 US, and hopefully they revamp the chat system. So right now the guild system stinks because you can only have a maximum of 30 members, and the chat system stinks because it has no modern features. All it is chat back and forth. What's really nice in channel 5001, if you guys didn't know, join this channel, and then as long as you're not doing a battle while you're chatting here, if you're just in your um, general island overview, you can click on somebody's name here. So if somebody says, what monster should I be focusing on? You can just click on their name, and this is not channel 5001. This is not one of the users, but you can visit their island, and then you can take a look at their monsters. So a lot of people have been asking that question, which monster should I focus on? And then other people will come visit their island and see what monsters they have to work with and make suggestions. So this is a really easy way for us to make suggestions to people. So keep that up. That's awesome. Thanks to everybody who's trying to help the new players with that. So just want to make you aware that that's available. And then you hit home and you come right back to your own main island. So I went over the two updates. I didn't really click on the double luck wishes, but that event is just super simple. It just basically gives you 2 luck wishes a day instead of 1. So don't forget to do your 2 luck wishes. And don't forget to eat your pie for Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. But I'm going to be around. I'm not leaving town for Thanksgiving because my wife is so pregnant right now. Hey, McWiener. So we're not allowed to travel out of state for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be sticking around here, doing some Skype with family, and spending Thanksgiving with my family here, and I'm going to be doing a lot of videos for you guys. I'm going to try to catch up on a lot of the stuff I wanted to get accomplished for the YouTube channel. So thanks a ton for sticking with me. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll be wishing it to you hopefully many more times before Thanksgiving actually gets here. So take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Free to Play Gaming out.